As some of you know, I have been focusing most of my time and attention lately on training people and teaching people the self-concept model created by Steve Andreas. And what we have is a lot of people coming to us who are high performers in various fields, and they want to take their performance to the next level, and it's like they know it's inside of them, they just don't know how to access it. It seems lately that NLP is becoming very, very popular with day traders and swing traders. They're turning to NLP to help them overcome these repetitive and automatic thoughts and feelings that are popping up and getting in the way of them making good trades. It's really hard to be executing flawless trading day to day when this is happening, when these thoughts and these feelings keep interrupting what you know to do, what you know you're supposed to do in your trading. You're really going to be inspired by this interview that my business partner Nate Moore did with Brant Lankowski. He's a member of our group, and his coach is Ishmael, who you might have seen from a previous video where I introduced Ishmael, basically his demonstration he had done with transforming an unwanted quality, and he did it so fast and so well, I had to share it here on my YouTube channel. You don't have to be a day trader to be inspired by this interview. Basically, if you have any goals at all, if you have aspirations at all in any field, it could be personal or it could be professional, you're going to get a lot out of this interview, and you're going to see the possibilities for yourself opening up. If you have a vision for your life, you can become the person who can achieve that if you have the right tools.
Making changes within your self-concept, that's a technical skill, right? And so what brought you to this kind of work?
Right. So, I mean, a number of things. I had already been on a path of improving self, understanding that, kind of what sort of ideas do I hold, what beliefs, and how do I work with that? I just didn't know how. So when I came across this here, it seemed to offer the opportunity to discover how to change these things, right? So if you, the forward, I think, in the Transforming Yourself book kind of hits the nail right on the head, right? It's like, yeah, everybody knows about these things, but then, okay, so how do you do it? It's like, that's where I was. So that definitely drew me in. And the specific context for me that was very important was I am an online trader, right? Part of what I do. So this is my day job. And then I also trade. Trading is a technical skill, meaning it can be learned quickly, but 90% of it is all mindset, right? Having the proper attitude, mindset, state when you're in trading to be able to do things consistent with your trading system, whatever that may be, and being able to do that while something might not be working out in your favor. And that's the hard part, right? And I didn't know how to do that. So when I was searching for that sort of thing, I think there was one little hook on your website that talked about that, which is, okay, online traders, there's a little piece in there. And I thought, okay, I was intrigued. And then got introduced to the whole bit, which is much, much deeper than what I was getting into it for, but ultimately exactly what I was looking for,
Oh, so I gotta ask both. So first off, what do you mean by it was deeper than you? What was it? What did you use? Is it just say it's something it was more than what you were expecting, or?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, much richer. If we use that word, it's much richer than I was expecting, because I was thinking, okay, maybe there's some NLP techniques that I could, revisit, learn to employ in this and kind of get myself to the right place.
Yeah.
And now having done 3 months worth of work, and I'm seeing just how effective it is, and how the concepts that we're learning there about qualities and modalities and how to organize and adjust those is so powerful, that it's like, and that's what I mean, richer. It's like, it's not just like, hey, do a swish pattern and you'll be fine. It's much better than that, Yeah.
I mean, you have a whole life in there, a whole lifetime of, and all these examples.
Oh yeah.
All these perspectives, and we're a reflection of how we've organized that information until that point. To become the type of person who can navigate that and intentionally sculpt it to be a reflection of who you want to be, your ideal. I mean, that's a real thing, right? And so,
Yeah.
like any other skill, it takes time. You know, it takes some work. What were some of the things that you've gotten out of this work so far?
Right. So I was talking to Ishmael about this yesterday,
Mhm.
that my first pass through this first 3 months is an acquaintance with all of the basic concepts,
Mhm.
like understanding yourself, strengthening yourself, transforming yourself, to make me aware of, like you say, all of these ways in which we store examples and where we do that and how that can be adjusted. So that my first 3 months is just that simple and transformative awareness of this exists, this is real, I can make adjustments, and I can feel like tangible transformation that lasts. That, and it's remarkable. My next pass, of course, will be to practice,
Yeah,
and get good at it and deepen. And what did I miss my first go around? Because there's a lot, that's so good.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What have you made a few changes so far?
I've made a few, yeah. So, in the ones I've worked on, I've made some changing with my trading life to be. I originally started off with trying to improve the quality of patience, but I've actually moved over into something that's like a quality of being competent, which is like a little bit more multifaceted, uh,
Yeah.
which is really manifested in my trading day to day. So my tangible benefit is, like, I took my account, and in 5 weeks I tripled it. Right. Right. That's good. Right. Yeah.
That was within you, right? That was within you already.
It
That's
was. Yeah.
that's
It was.
so
Yeah.
amazing.
And I had never accomplished that before. I mean, I've been kind of working and practicing this for a year, so that itself is an amazing result. You're right. That was within me, and I was able to bring that out and here manifest this, right?
Yeah.
The actual tangible spreadsheet. This is a benefit, right?
Yeah.
uh, and the other thing that I'm working on, which has been slower because I've been kind of trying to wrap my head around what it is I've always been a very fit person, and then I've always worked out and kept myself in good shape, but for the last few years that has really fallen off. And I'm thinking, why is that? That quality of being, which I've called energetic. What's up with that? And I've made some breakthroughs recently where, in my current practice of working out, I have been missing the resource of having fun with it. You know, where was that? It wasn't there before. No, I've lost interest in what I was doing. Where before, when I was manifesting fantastic results, I was enjoying it. And I didn't recognize that. I thought it was a discipline issue, and so I was hunting there. But when I, took my quality and I looked at it and counter examples and stuff, what I've noticed is that, what was missing, in my counter examples was that quality of fun, that I was able to transform. And then once I did that and built it back in, and then all of a sudden, there was an integration that happened. And I started to construct my workouts to have some fun, you know, and I started doing them.
Wow.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what was the quality itself that you were working on? So the outcomes that you wanted was you wanted to bring a certain energy to your workouts. Was that right? You wanted to
Yeah.
bring a certain
Yeah. And that energy would be like doing them, right?
yeah.
And B, like bringing, that energy into it where it's like, yes, I am honoring this process. I'm being very consistent with it. Yeah. Yeah.
And, and so what was the quality itself that you
Yeah.
um
I named it the quality of being energetic.
nice. Yeah.
And that's in the context of my fitness life. So I've kind
Yeah.
of, I don't know, I didn't need any more words for that. That's what I used. So
Yeah.
energetic. Yeah.
Perfect.
And it was an ambiguous quality,
Mm.
right? That was the problem. Yeah.
And so you transformed it into a certain solid quality, certain solid generalization,
Yeah.
and you noticed inside of it, or when you were looking at the counterexamples and observing them, you noticed that the resource was fun that was missing.
Yes.
And so when you added that to that resource to the counterexamples and transformed them,
Yeah.
brought put them back into your database of certainty,
Yeah.
you then noticed what was the first thing that you felt? What did you experience? What was the perspective? Can
Yeah.
you
It's
aware
for
of it?
sure. Yeah. It was that, and, when you've done your own transformations, that you feel that immediate sense of integrated calm,
Yeah.
peace. It's just like, okay, the tension is gone. I'm like, okay, I thought about, am I energetic? Absolutely. I
Yeah.
absolutely am. Of course I am. I have all of these wonderful examples throughout decades of my life where I have done this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm energetic, then what do I need to change about my situation, in order to continue to enjoy and have fun with what I'm doing? So I'm coming from a resourceful place, right? Because I feel energetic. I do. So I'm energetically making my workout plan, and then I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
excellent. That's really neat. Do you mind if we go back to the other? So,
Sure.
just for everyone who's watching this, of course we generalize information. All of our, we're always taking our experiences through our life, and we're saying, okay, what does this experience mean about me? What does it mean about
Mm.
the world? We
Hmm.
then bundle those together for easy access,
Hmm.
and then they become, aspects of ourselves for easy reference.
Yeah.
And it's a very personal thing, right? That sense of self. And
Yeah.
you mentioned equality for your trading a few minutes ago. And can you tell me a little bit about your perspective around that quality and kind of how that,
Yeah. Yeah. And I was looking for a quality that could could summarize things, because there's a lot of qualities there. One is patience. One is um, to be thorough. One is to uh, not to be disassociated, but um, to be a little bit abstracted away from emotion in there. So a little bit, so like maybe a little bit less emotion while you're trading. There's other ways to say it. So
yeah,
when I thought about all that, and I came up with the name of a quality within myself that might represent that, and I called it competency, right, within the context of trading.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and it represents a few things for me. So I was lacking that, because I
mhm,
had been making decisions that were driven by emotion rather
mhm,
than by
mhm.
my analysis, rather than in my system, rather than in things that I do know that I should do, but was not doing within my trading. Yeah.
That's excellent. I've seen other people as well take something a similar generalization, like
Mm-hmm.
competency or like capable, like those kinds of
Right.
things, and with they have a ton of resources and experience around a topic, and then
Yeah.
now they create this bucket that is attracting their attention to um, expressing them, and
Yeah.
so it's so neat to see.
Mm.
Um, to hear stories like yours. I mean, they're just really inspiring.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any advice for somebody who's kind of getting started with this work, or if you were to maybe even talk to the past you right when you were starting, would you what
Yeah.
kind of advice or
For sure. If you're just getting into the work, I think that it's important to just be where you're at. When I first began to, I was very eager to soak it all in like a sponge, and actually, as I went along, I recognized that the the better thing to do, the one that gave me a better experience, was to just be where I was at in the process. Okay, what is equality? Start to examine that, really learn about modalities and submodalities, because we're building these models and structures, or identifying them, that they're already
Mhm.
there. And much of the work is connecting with yourself. Where do I put things, and how do I arrange them, and how do I store them? And is it moving? Is it warm, cold? That takes some time. So that's one of the things that I would offer when you're beginning this work, is just really just dive into where you're at. Don't worry about going forward. The time will come out anyway, and 3 months later you'll have a very good idea of what this all is, and where the areas are that you're most interested in working. Yeah. And commit to a year, because I don't think one could really master this that quickly. I think it's good. I think there's so much value here, Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a skill that will serve you for the rest of your life, or it serves us all for the rest of our life. And I'm actually tomorrow, Sunday, I have a little time for myself, and I've got my list of qualities. So
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Onward and upward,
Yeah. I can see that too. I was reflecting on that this morning. I was doing a little bit of, some thinking, and I thought the areas of my life that I wanted to improve. One was like, mastery of self. And I thought, okay, I have found what I wanted to find. Here is how to do this, right? Because everything else before has been like, oh, try this, try affirmations and stuff. And I'm sure there's different things that can work, but for me, this represents something that I know that I can invest in, and it's going to give me what I want.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, I appreciate everything you guys have done to set this up. It's been fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, buddy. We're gonna keep keep evolving it and keep doing our best to keep making it better.
Yeah.
Anyhow, if there's ever anything that I can do, or Damon or the rest of the crew can ever do to support you, please let us know. Okay.
Yeah, will do. Thank you so much for the support.
Yes, sir. Well, you and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you around. See you in the
Will
group.
do. Yeah, I'll see you around. Okay. Bye.
Now, Nate and I want to make sure that we give Brant full credit for the amazing changes that he made for himself. And we also want to give Ishmael, his self-concept coach, full credit for being an amazing coach and guiding him through those transformations. I can't even begin to explain to you how fortunate I feel to have mentored Ishmael through the process of becoming a self-concept coach. Stepping back and watching this, and watching the people who I've trained and taught and mentored now helping and guiding other people through their transformations in their life and watching their lives change. It's wonderful to be a part of these journeys that are sort of exponentially growing beyond what I could possibly do just on my own. And really the truth is that both Ishmael and Brant are really at the beginning of their journeys. They have so many more great things that are coming their way, and I'm just super excited for them. So what does this mean for you? How can we help you? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's 3 ways that we can do that. Now, the first way is if you want to be a part of this program and you would like the kind of help that Brant got. It doesn't matter if you're a trader. If there's any area of your life where you want to level up professionally or personally, and you want to become the person who achieves those goals that you're after and transforms yourself and your life in the way that you want to, you can absolutely join our program and work with one of our coaches one-on-one. If you are interested in that, make sure you grab that link that is right under this video in the description. The other way that we can help you is you can apply this work in a small group setting, and you can learn to use these skills on yourself or with other people, especially if you're a coach. Again, you'll find that link right here down below the video. And if you don't feel like you're ready for those 2 options, there is also a free assessment where you can find out where you are in your life right now and where you want to go, and get much clearer about that and start on the path to fulfilling this journey. Once again, you will find that link right under here, right underneath this video. And if you're not ready for any of those and you'd rather just keep watching YouTube right now, you definitely will want to check out this video right here of Ishmael walking one of our students through a transformation rapidly. He does it in under 45 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. So check that out, and we hope to be working with you soon. Take care.